Hey everybody, welcome back to Equinox Studios, Wandering with Kay and Work. I'm Work.
I'm
Hello, Kay.
Kay.
And we're, doing some Zoom to get as much art as we can, see as many artists in all nooks and crannies of the world or of Equinox as safely as possible. Kay, who do we have right now? Where are we going? Tell me about it.
Yeah, we're going to go see Michelle Smith Lewis. Hi,
Amazing.
Michelle.
Hi, Michelle.
Hi. Hi, guys.
Michelle, tell us a little bit about what you're up to right now. I remember we were in your studio a couple of months ago. You were working on some big floor pieces, but what's going on now?
Well, now I'm just kind of figuring out how to get through the COVID thing and getting out there with new stuff and adding new things to my business. Today, we are spending time in my studio for everyone to see my space and see some of the work that I create. I am a performing arts and fine art photographer. I have a strong background in dance, theater, and music. I've been doing that for over 25 years. And since COVID, I've added some new stuff to my repertoire.
Nice.
And so I'm adding branding to my photography. So I'm gearing that towards artists and small businesses and corporations. And basically, I'm helping people photograph, do their headshots or their portraits. I have been documenting artists' gallery shows and photographing individual art pieces so that my clients will have something to share on their social media, their website, or perfect for grant writing, because a lot of times they want a portrait or, what your pieces look like, or, a show that you did. So I'm developing packages for that for my clientele. So, and that goes into corporate photography as well. But right now I'm focusing on helping artists out with photography.
Excellent. I see you got so much equipment back there.
Yes. And a lot of it's hiding too.
Yeah.
So.
Very cool. What's a piece that, you've really taken a lot of fun direction on right now, or what's something that you're looking forward to working on more?
Well, actually, what John is showing right now is a project that I've been working on for the past couple of years, and it's an ongoing project. It's called the Identity Project, and it's all Pacific Northwest dancers. And so I've been working on that. So that's one of a project I'm in love with. It represents it's my identity as a photographer. But yeah, right now I've got a lot of Seattle folks. I got a Bellingham person, East Side person. So I'm developing outside of Washington State. But this is an ongoing project. This will never end. So so I've been photographing that.
Beautiful.
Yeah, very nice.
And then other projects, during winter time, I'm going to be working on some new wet plate collodion work, which is the stuff in the back.
I was going to say, will you explain that to those of us plebes who have no idea what that means?
Yes. So basically, it's the wet plate collodion process. It is a process. So I do a lot of historic processes. And these are tin types. And it was the same photography that was used during the Civil War period. So I don't know if you guys remember the little cases. Sometimes those are tin types, sometimes they're ambrotypes, and sometimes they're daguerreotypes. These behind me are tin types. So this winter, I am going to be working on a new series of my dried poppies, because I love poppies. So it's a wet plate. It's called the wet plate process because from start to finish, it's wet. It goes in your camera wet, and I'm hoping to do a demo for a future art walk event because it's a very laborious process. But basically, you have to coat your plate, then you sensitize your plate, and then you expose it in your camera, and then you develop it, and then you dry it. So it sounds like it's really easy, but that's just basic steps. But it takes a lot of time to do, and they're very fragile, but they are amazing. So I'll eventually do a demo of those in the future. But I
would not apply the word sounds easy to what you just explained.
It's not at all. But I fell in love with this process, and I've been doing it for many, many years now. But yeah, so, and those eventually be available for the upcoming event.
Excellent.
So, and also I've been doing a lot of cyanotypes. And of course, you could see some of my old pieces from several years ago. And I have a little surprise. I'm going to be giving a demo after this interview. So, yes, so we're going to head over to my home studio and I will show you this process.
Amazing.
Yes. So it's a fun and easy process. I actually like breaking it. So if I'm having a tough time with my collodion, I'll just break out some cyanotypes just to chill out and relax because they're super easy and fun to do. And actually, it's a great project that you can do with kids, especially during COVID. But you know,
nice.
when there's sun.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And that demonstration, I'm sure we'll have access to it, through our webs. But is that going to be on your website as well, or where is it farther reaching?
I think this will probably go back onto the Equinox website under my profile. So yeah.
Perfect. Right on.
And
We've got your information. Oh, sorry, Kay.
No, I think I was cutting you off with what you were just about to say, Work. I was just going to say, before we go and watch that demo, you said you're doing brand work for artists. Are you taking new clients if people are looking for that kind of work?
Yes.
Can they get a hold of you?
Yes. They can get a hold of me at
Nice job, Jonathan. Good job, camera guy. Well timed.
Yes. So you can email me at michelle@msmithlewis.com. Thank you, John.
Yeah, that was really well done, dude.
Very
so
cool.
Yeah. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, it all looks fantastic as always.
Yeah.
Coming in, staring at everything. And the was it the Identity series? Is that what it was called? Yeah.
Yes. The Identity Project. Yes.
Exactly. Yeah, I love that as well. Just seeing what everybody's giving to their own shoot as well. I think that would be.
Oh yes, yes,
do,
yes.
I don't have, or at least I would say, I'm sure many artists say the same thing. I don't have much identity as an artist, but I love seeing other people do it.
But you do. We all do. And with this project, that's where I discovered, I'm like, wait a minute, this is about me too. It's about how I photograph people my dance images are completely different than a lot of other people's dance images. Totally. So this is not really a traditional way of dance imagery. A lot of times it's the white or gray background and it's all pretty. And
right.
I love that raw feeling. And I need to share that I have photographed 2 Equinox artists in this project. So Dana Hansen from bass and Stella Kuntz from
Yeah.
I'm like trying to look for her picture. So
yeah.
Yes.
That's fantastic. Artists serving artists.
Yeah. That's awesome. So, and Peggy is in the series too, but not on the wall yet. So, and Peggy is from bass as well.
Nice.
Yes. So, I guess keeping it in the family. So.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited to check out the demo coming up for sure. I think any questions I have will probably come up later tonight when I'm sleeping. But Kay, do you have anything to add at the moment?
I don't, other than saying thanks so much for giving us a tour around your studio. It's always great to see you and your work.
Thank you.
Is there anything else that you have to say before we switch over to your demo? To the people or to the world in general? Or
I am so grateful for you guys doing this. So thank you very much. Thank you, Tabasco. And please, everybody out there, help support your local artist. This is an amazing time and we're all struggling, all of us. But I think if we all come together, we're going to get through this. So power to the people. All right. Thank you so much for doing this. And off to my demo.
Wonderful. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Hi, guys. I'm going to teach you how to make one of these. Hi. 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 Excellent.
Welcome to my cyanotype demo. In this video, I will take you through each step of the cyanotype process. This is the same photographic process I used to create the 1,570 panels for the friendship gown. Supplies include chemistry, you can purchase raw or pre-mixed, watercolor paper or fabric, trays, brushes, a paper safe for storage, a contact print frame or floating picture frame, and a timer. Of course, latex gloves and an apron should be worn. You can also purchase pre-coated papers or fabrics. The first step is to coat the paper ahead of time, usually a day or two before using it. The chemistry is sensitive to daylight, so I coat my paper at night under low light conditions. Working under fluorescent light or tungsten light is fine. For demo purposes only, I'm coating during the day so that you can see the process. With a regular brush or a sponge brush, make even strokes in both directions with the chemistry. Allow the paper to dry overnight. When dry, store the paper in a paper safe until you are ready to use it. Now for the fun part, making cyanotypes. The only thing you need now is the sun and some objects. I use plants and leaves from my garden. For the demo, I'm using the floating picture frame, my coated fabric, and dried leaves from my collection. In a shaded area, I place my fabric on the backboard, then add my dried leaves. When I organize everything, I then place the plexiglass over the leaves and secure it with the binder clips. Place your piece in a sunny area for exposure. Times will vary depending on the season and time of day. During the fall-winter seasons, the exposures tend to be longer. I'll start at 20 minutes and make adjustments if need be. More than 20 minutes have gone by, you can see the color changes during the exposure. And now I'm heading over to my first wash. In my first wash, I added a little hydrogen peroxide to add a little contrast. This is where the magic happens. We went from a yellow-green coated paper to a slate blue during the exposure, then to a Prussian blue during the wash. I'll leave my paper or fabric in the wash for about 2 to 5 minutes. The second wash is with running water for about 20 minutes. You want to make sure to remove any unexposed chemistry. Take your prints out of the wash. If you're using fabric, just give it a good wring. You'll need to squeegee your paper to remove the excess water. Hang both paper and fabric to dry. These are the samples I made during the filming of this demo. I want to thank you for spending time with me today. Please support your local artists, artisans, performers, and small business owners this holiday season. Wishing you the best.
Well, I learned something there, Work. How about you?
Man, I love seeing the behind the scenes of how things are put together, you know?
Right? This is one of those moments when you want to see how the sausage is made.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Which
Everybody mark it on your chalkboard. One win for 2020.
win. Trying to
All
think
right.
of sausage grinding proverbs now. And
Well, why don't you think about that while we go to a commercial break?
and we'll be right back with these messages.
Sure we will.